Be strong.
Dirt racing on a Monday night as we welcome you in, and hopefully you have enjoyed your Memorial Day, and hopefully you have had your chance to say that your obviously thoughts with all the soldiers and stuff, and because we definitely think about those guys each and every day, and of course the real reason for this holiday is to pay honor to those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. So with that said, I appreciate everybody coming over and watching us tonight on YouTube, as we're here tonight for the Short Track Super League. Oh my man, I just got distracted by something. But anyways, the Short Track Super League racing over here on the dirt tonight at Cedar Lake. It is going to be a fun track here, Cedar Lake Speedway, New Richmond. And a 40-lap feature tonight in the big block modifieds. Of course, thanks to Justin Sick, iRacing Photos, Jazabowski Designs, DNA Designs, and Speed Shop, and of course, Downrange Transport for all the help in the series. So, I'm not sure what you're saying over there in chat. That's interesting. I don't know where that came from. Anyways, clay oval track, a little less than 0.3 of a mile, 78 degrees, the ambient 72 degrees. Down on track this evening. So going to be a very fun race that has been all season long. The big block modifieds have lived up to its name, and we have seen some fantastic racing throughout the evening and throughout the season, and we're going to continue to see that here tonight. So looking forward to the fun when it is all over with. Let's take a look at the point standings as we enter the race tonight. You see Michael Steffen has the lead as of right now. Mike leads by a very small margin as of 0 over Justin Penikoff. It's 148 to 148, 3 points over Ryan Wagenschultz. Jeremy Prey, Brett Osborne, your top 5. Kevin Davis also right there, and Joey Ladasor. So you got 13 points separating 8 drivers in the championship race right now. So plenty of time to go here in the season. We've seen some fantastic big block modified racing, and we're going to see some more tonight. And of course, if you haven't seen how this goes, here in a couple seconds, they'll do a pill draw, which basically means is they'll randomly select who starts where in what heat race, and they'll go out and race, and how you finish is how you'll start the feature race. And if there's enough drivers, which tonight I think we're still less than the number they're looking for, we will go straight to the feature and race for 40 laps here in the modified. So interesting racing here coming up in moments here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, again, your holiday. If you had a day off, cool. If you didn't, I'm sorry. And hopefully you'll enjoy a day off in the future or something. I don't know how else to put that. But anyways, practice still going on. They'll be advancing here any minute to move on to the actual race itself. As you see, practice times going up across the board right now. It is Jeremy Prey up in front, Robbie Swan, Patrick Cobb, Ryan Farrell, and Brett Osborne, who, of course, has been in a very, very tight battle the last couple weeks, has finished second the last couple of weeks. So I think you're going to see some pretty close times and some pretty good racing here throughout this track. And not to mention, I'm seeing it already slickening up a little bit. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. And I think you're going to see the groove widen out. You're going to see the bottom lane come to use. You're going to see the top groove come to use, so on and so forth. Take down the points and get you ready for some racing. I get myself back in the rhythm. And the longest drought I think I've had in a couple weeks without broadcasting, so it's like I can get myself back into mode here after a couple days of doing some racing myself. Ran 1,800 miles the last 48 hours to raise money for cancer, of course, the American Cancer Society. Was racing in honor of my dad, who passed away from cancer, and of course for all those who have had friends or family members die of cancer, or even themselves who are fighting or have fought the disease. Wanted to raise money for all of you, the viewers and the drivers, and anybody watching. Basically, I was here for them this weekend, racing 1,800 miles. Was able to raise over $500 towards the American Cancer Society. So happy about that, and want to say thank you for that. And obviously very, very appreciative, and will not go unappreciated. So thank you to all who did, and of course we'll do some more stuff down the road. I've actually already had conversations with somebody today who witnessed what I was doing and wants to do more. So I think that could be a good sign here in the very near future. So with that said, let's take a look here as we get ready to move on to the heat racing that's going to happen here. Take a look at the schedule right now. That's the ARCA schedule, not the dirt schedule. I don't have the dirt schedule. I thought I did. Never mind. We won't do that. We'll just go straight to some heat racing. How's that? All right, starting lineup here for the first heat race of the evening from Cedar Lake Speedway. Michael Steffen will start next to Alan Duranko. Ryan Wagenschultz and Robbie Swan in row number 2. Matthew Telder, Patrick Cobb, row 3. Gunnar Harris, Ryan Farrell, row 4. And row 5, Jeremy Prey and maybe Kevin Davis. Not sure if he's admitting or not tonight, but we will see. And that'll be the 10 guys here in the first heat race. We'll get 10 in the second, and nobody will be eliminated, so they'll go straight from Halley finish tonight. In the first race, we'll go to the main event and start on the inside row. Those on the outside row will be determined in the next heat race that comes up momentarily. Got some fireworks being launched outside the house here, which isn't uncommon because, well, it is Memorial Day evening. And the cars roll out on track. That one there's hovering, which is interesting. Go do 2 pace laps and then get the green flag here for 10 laps of heat racing. This will be the start back to our normal scheduling of broadcasting that you'll see here on Captain TV. Of course, as I mentioned, you had the racing this weekend from me, so you got to see how good or bad I was at driving. And now you get to see how good or bad I am at broadcasting this whole thing. So as we get ready to go racing here for 10 laps in the heat race, and then, of course, 40 laps in the feature. Green flag is out. Steffen going to lead him to the pole. Duranko on the outside with Wagenschultz, Swan, and Cobb. Down the back straightaway for the first time. If you've never watched any kind of dirt race or big block race, Telder's going around. And he includes Gunnar Harris in the contact there. As we continue, no cautions in heat racing. Steffen going to take the lead off of turn 4. Here comes that 109 back to the outside of Duranko. He's got Robbie Swan, who had a really good car last week in Kokomo, but was unable to finish the job. As Swan moves up to P2. Wagenschultz up to P3. Patrick Cobb, there's Ryan Farrell in the 27 car. Ryan's been pretty good the last couple of weeks. hold on to that lead, running that high side. Just went purple, 13.72. There's the 37 to 66. Your top four, all single file. That waterfall is very distracting in the middle of the track. Oh, one car's going over. That is Patrick Cobb, and the 0-2 is on his lid. And back on his wheels. Look out, Telder. And jumps to the pits. He will start dead last in the field, unfortunately. Let's see what happened to him real quick. Clips the outside wall with his right rear, and it just turns him over on his lid. So unfortunate deal there for Patrick Cobb. As we continue on, the boss man up front. Pretty good sizable lead with 2 laps to go. Battle on for second now with Wagon Schultz. And Swan, and also the 109 of Duranko, who's falling back to fourth. White flag for Stefan. All the groups coming to work. Great racing so far. Stefan is going to come off turn 4. He will see the checkered flag and take heat 1, but the battle for second goes to the 66 of Wagon Schultz. Swan, Duranko, Farrell, Prey, Davis, Hunter, or Harris, I should say, Telder, who wreck again, and Patrick Cobb going to be the 10 finishers in the race for heat 1. Now to heat number 2. This one will have some pretty good drivers in it. In the grid set randomly. And let's, that's the wrong button, Scala. There we go. Michael Hackett will start on the pole in the 84 car, Squirrel Nation, alongside Brett Osborne, who's finished second the last couple of weeks. Dylan Hutchinson and Shane Yates, row number 2. Joey Ladessor, Justin Penikoff, the co-point leader, will start their row 3. James Richard and Justin Sick in row number 4. Peyton Talbot, the guy who has dominated the last couple of weeks, he starts 9th alongside Jason Bells. That'll be the 10 starters here in this race. There's all my farming equipment I was looking for. It's at the track. Interesting little glitch there with the the car's kind of hovering on the right side. You're used to seeing the left front come off the ground, but the whole entire right side of the car, and some of these are just kind of hanging in the air. Interesting. So James Richard did not take the grid here, so 9 cars will start this second heat race. Of course, after this, we'll get a little pause in the action, let everybody kind of catch their breath, and then we'll go racing in the feature coming up here shortly. Appreciate the couple viewers we've had tonight as we go racing here in the second heat race. Hack and Osborne, Hutchinson, Yates, and Penikoff, your top 5. And look at the 14 of Peyton Talbot jump to the bottom. He's been arguably the fastest guy in the last couple of weeks, and he's showing up again. Osborne up to the top of the track. He gets the high side of the 84, gets pushed up into the wall. As Hackett didn't want any of that. Osborne up on that cushion almost a little bit. What's started at 1 and gets into the 84 again. Yeah, now one car climbing the fence. That's Hutchinson. He goes over on his lid. As Shane Yates goes to the lead in the 11 car. Here comes the 84 to 99 to the outside, and look on the bottom. Here comes Talbot. Three, almost 4 wide off 4. Talbot trying everything he can to get up to the front. Osborne looking to the bottom of Yates. The bottom is the quickest way around. However, the high side might be the group to go with the run. Of course, you got to be careful of the slick spots that are starting to form in the middle of the track. 4 to go. Yates holds on. Quickest lap of the race there at 13.90. Oh, slider from Talbot. Had to get out of it a little bit. Allows the 84 to get the run. Talbot should be able to slide up here. He does. Crossover by Hackett, the 84. 2 to go, and here comes Osborne with a slider. Crossover by 11. Nice job by both drivers. Yates with the lead now. Final lap. Osborne slide again, and they make contact. The 11 into the wall hard. And now the 84 is spinning. And Osborne's going to get the checker flag, and that might be looked at. Lonosaur second, Sick, Penikoff, Bells, Hackett, Talbot, and Yates, unfortunately, going to finish 8th. We'll see if any penalties come out of that, but slide job gone bad. And we won't be able to show you the highlights because they switch right to the race or to warm up here. Actually, I might be able to. Give me. And Osborne was black flagged here according to the admin, so I'm not sure if that means he will start last in the race. We'll have to see. But here we go. It's break time, so this is my chance. I'm going to take you out on it. No, I guess my stuff's unplugged. What do you know? Give me a second here. Let me plug my wheel in, and I'll go on track and show you a couple laps around Cedar Lake like I've been doing the last couple weeks. Come on. There we go. Just make sure everything's calibrated real quick. All right, so let's run a couple laps around Cedar Lake here real quickly. I said it's done. Let's go. All right, let's take the big block out here for a minute. Bring my car. I'm set up for the cup car, so here we go. All right, so lap around Cedar Lake. I've actually run a couple laps here before in this car, so of course my wheel's set at 300. That's not good. So my wheel's not going to turn much, but it's going to turn the car, so I'm not going to run much. But you can run any groove here you want. You see the slick spots up here. You got to be careful of those. You go up here to the high groove, and it's all about how much power you apply back to the throttle. Down the straightaway here, you can either go down next to those tires or up there next to the wall. Of course, you see the banking goes up. The higher you go up the track. You have to forgive me again. The wheel's not totally calibrated right here. So you can run down here. Basically, we got a minute to go. That's kind of the basics of it. Sort of. Unfortunately, give me one. I might be able to get you another lap. Hang on 1 second here. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's get you another lap real quick. See how I did. Watch out for the gas pumps there. You do not want to hit those things. So like I said, you can go either groove here. I mean, as you saw during the heat races, any groove works pretty much. Stay off the slickness as much as possible because it will turn your car sideways. It's all about throttle control, basically. I'm not the best on dirt. Slide up here, you get a little bit of cushion starting to form. You kind of got to drive it, obviously, with the gas pedal. So. There you go. And in the end, you could end up here if you do good. Right up on here. Up without hitting the barrel. Sorry for that. Burnout going into the right up here. As you see, I'm not used to going to victory lane. So there you go in a nutshell how to run around this track. Sort of. So we got about 10 seconds left here before we go to the 40-lap main event. Again, appreciate everybody joining us here on Captain TV tonight. Some dirt racing. Got 7 viewers. Appreciate that. I know we'll work on that number and stuff each and every week and try to build dirt viewers. It's the one series that I haven't really done much of until recently here, so very much appreciative of it. Cars grid. And here is the starting lineup for the finale. And it looks like Brett did get the EOL and sent to the back when this is all over with. So Steffen's on the pole after his heat race win. Joey Ladasor will now start up on the outside of row number 1. Row 2, Ryan Wagenschultz and Justin Sick. Row number 3, Robbie Swan, Justin Penikoff. Row 4, Alan Duranco, Jason Bells, Ryan Farrell in row 5 alongside Michael Hackett. Row 6, Jeremy Bray, Peyton Talbot. Row number 7 goes Kevin Davis and Shane Yates. Row number 8, Gunnar Harris, and there is Brett Osborne back in the 16th position. Matthew Taylor, Dylan Hutchinson, and Patrick Cobb should be the 19 starters. I believe that'll be it, as yes, James Richard did not grid. So cars will roll off for 2 warm-up laps, and they will get the green flag for the 40-lap feature. It'll be fun watching some of these guys come from the middle of the field. I mentioned Osborne, he's been fast, as you saw in the heat race before the incident that happened. You got, obviously, Ryan Farrell, who's been fast the last couple weeks. Peyton Talbot's been fast. So the racing here has been stout, and the field tonight looking pretty good here for this race. As Michael Steffen will lead him to the green flag. Pace cars off. Here we go from Cedar Lake. Oh, low hit check there on the 66 on the 5 as Sick gets knocked up the track a little bit. As off turn 4 will be Steffen. Looks like the start of the race all over again here in turn 1. Still side by side. Ladasor led that lap by about a tenth of a second. The outside lane starting to get rolling a little bit here. Justin Sick up top. The hardest way to pass is when there's nowhere to go. As you look at all these cars, mid-pack here, Duranco, to Robbie Swan down here to the bottom of the 55 with Penikoff. The front row still up there side by side the whole time. And Brett Osborne has gone around, caution is out, and that is not where you're supposed to go. And Osborne has jumped to the pits, so the guy who's finished runner-up the last couple of weeks will not finish on the podium tonight, unfortunately, unless he can get his car back out there before the green comes out, because caution laps do not count. Let's see what happens. 3 wide here off of turn 4, almost 4 wide. And he gets squeezed up against the wall by the 84, and then, well, decides to climb the wall and head up there in the outfield. So Ladasor right now is in the lead, with Steffen, Sick, Wagenschultz, and Swan your top 5. So we got 5 laps in before that caution. First caution of the actual evening earlier tonight, the Pro Late Model Series that ran caution free actually in their race. Should get the restart right here as we'll look off lap number 6. And the pace truck goes running for help as some cars come to the green flag. Steffen with not the best restart. Ladasor gets a good run there, and here comes the 5 of Justin Sick to the bottom. Wagenschultz behind Steffen. He got the 37, as I mentioned earlier, Robbie Swan. Looking for a good run tonight. And caution is out, second time. And sure where this one's at. I'll have to find it. Launching out for the second time. It might have been for Telder. It says on my screen here. Let's see. A little jam up back here. 4 wide almost. And they're still hitting each other. 54, 84 down into the 2. And there goes the 2 around after contact. Just everybody racing for one spot. Launching out for the second time. Pace truck going to go running for the hills as a lot of sore leads him to the green flag. Good jump out of 23. Here with our other point leader, Pentecost, the 55 down at the bottom. Tied with Michael Steffen as they entered this race tonight. Of course, Steffen is right there at the top in third. Patient, he's got to be rolling back to the throttle because obviously the car will slide back up the track and the whole field's up there. A lot of Sewell's pulled away to about a 4/10 of a second lead. He's got Steffen right there behind him, and then you got the rest of the field right behind them. Here comes the 14 outside. There's Peyton Talbot. I mentioned him a little bit ago, started back at 12th, is up to 4th, now goes to 3rd. If anyone's going to find a hole, it's him. He crosses over to the bottom of Steffen, not able to do so yet. The field's starting to get single finals. I think the top way is the way to go right now. See the cushion starting to form more and more up there at the top. Wagon Schultz, he's trying to find a way in line here to 66. You see him sliding up the track at times. And to the outside goes Talbot and Steffen. Little contact there, little door banging. He's living on the edge up there, that 14 is. He takes the second position away. We're 15 laps in. Oh, contact back here mid-pack. 54 was the meat in the sandwich. Then he goes up there and hip checks the, it was at the 109, I think that was he hit. Gunnar Harris up to 8th after being involved in an accident in the heat race. Dylan Hutchinson is wrecked over in turn number 3, and he was trying to clear off the track and wasn't able to. And the caution comes back out. There's Dylan over to pits now. Let's see what happens to the 2-8er. It's that outside wall and it goes tumbling, and I think he was trying to clear off the track, but he hadn't got stopped yet, and finally does, and it was too late to comes out. A lot of sore has led every lap so far tonight. He's got Peyton Talbot back here in the second position, who started up in the, what was it, the 14th position, I think it was. Wait for the everything to shuffle around. 12th is where he started. It gets confusing because the grid kind of rotates around every lap, so. Now, I believe the truck driver tonight is Sam Fontaine, who's a short track Super League driver, and the reason why I say that is I watched the way this guy goes flying off the track, and only Sam Fontaine's the one guy I know that will do this. He picks up the gas, keeps it straight, and goes soaring off the track. Zing! As they go green. Oh, slide job by Ladasor up into the 11. Some contact back here. Some cars down in the grass. The 27's down to Farrow. Looks like everybody holds on. Meanwhile, up front, Peyton Talbot has gone to the lead, and one car has gone spinning. It's Durango. And the 109 caution back out. But Peyton Talbot back to the lead. Let's see how this transpires. Talbot gets a really good restart there. Gets up there, climbs and takes the lead. So nice job by Peyton. Caution right here. He gets hit by the 54 and goes spinning into the inside wall. So caution back out. So as I mentioned, back to our normal broadcasting schedule starting tonight. Tomorrow night we'll have the TI IndyCar Series from Pocono Raceway. And then Wednesday night it's the Bristol Motor Speedway for the Great Lakes Sim Racing Truck Series. And then Thursday back to the Short Track Super League guys as they go to Watkins Glen on the road course. Halfway into the feature here as we'll go back green. Oh, big pile up. And caution back out. One car on its lid. And Kevin Davis is the one on its lid. Justin Sick goes around also. But that was just a mess in the back. See what happens here. Oh, 66 caught the wall, it looks like, and the 2 turns into a, or the 20, I think that is, of Davis has turned into a ping pong ball. Watch it again. It all starts up here at Wagon Schultz in the 4th position. Goes around, 54 gets involved, a couple other cars, 37 gets a piece of it, it looks like, and wreck behind there. A lot of cars don't hit anything, but the 2 cars that went around, obviously, Davis. And the green flag is back out with 18 to go. Single file restart, I believe it was here. 17 to go. Talbot is checked out. Ladasor trying to hold on to the 11 of Shane Yates. Gunnar Harris moves up to the 4th position. And him and Wagon Schultz actually fighting it out right now. Wagon Schultz with a heavy right side damage from the accident, but continues on. Velocity in here. Stefan struggling back to the 8th position right now. Alan Duranko is on his side, and Gravity's pulling him down the track. Hits the wall there, a little contact. Oh, he clobbers the outside wall, and he gets hit by Davis, and from there just sort of tumbling around and ends up on his side. And then Gravity comes into play here. At least Gravity could have been nice enough to put him on his wheels, but they didn't. Got the 5 stopped on the backstretch here. Not sure. Or never mind, maybe he's on pit road or something. Because I don't see the 5 here. He's going off the map over here on the right. Or maybe he's in the infield. Anyways, green flag back on. Zor trying to hold off that second position. Look at the 27 to the inside, Ryan Farrell. Wagon Schultz and Stefan back here behind him. Talbot pulling away to about a second lead right now over Lana Zor, Yates and Wagon Schultz are top 3. There's the 11 down to the bottom. Wagon Schultz trying to slide up also. And that 27 could be sneaky right there in the 5th position. Farrell's going to get the high side of Wagon Schultz. Nice move. Ryan trying to pull the slider on the other Ryan and not able to do it. And that's going to allow Farrell to complete the pass right here off the corner. 10 to go. The 117, Jeremy Prey to send him all nice. He battles Telder. The one car slams the outside wall. The 54 back there, Gunnar Harris, and that brings out the caution. I looked up and saw one car just clobber the wall. Restart. Let's try this again. There 1 and 2's in the outside wall there. Man. Contact there with the 0-2, and I think he's going to call it a night. So been some very tight racing, and we should get the green here with 8 laps to go. See if it'll be another single file restart or double file. There we go, pace truck is in, back to green. Not able to do so, finds his way back to 4th here as Farrell trying everything he can here. There he goes, diving back to the bottom, see if he can get the run up the straightaway here. Not able to do so. Front the straightaway, should say both of them hitting the wall. Here comes the 66 of Wagon Schultz. Talbot's gone. He's up to a 2.5 lead almost. behind Robbie Swan and Michael Steffen. These guys continue to fight now for the top 5 position. Pentecoff back to 11th right now, so he has not had a good night. There is your leader. There's second. And you see Ryan Farrell has gotten by the 11, who all of a sudden is not up here in the picture. Shane Yates has had issues. Did not see what happened there. We'll have to review that real quick. And Wagon Schultz and Farrell now 3rd and 4th. Farrell actually 3rd, Wagon Schultz 4th. Get that right. Jeremy Prey up to 5th as he tries to hold off Michael Steffen. Final lap for Peyton Talbot. The man just continues to be the hottest driver on the dirt circuit here in the big blocks. Peyton Talbot, feature winner at Cedar Lake. Lana Sorgo second. Ryan Farrell, another podium finish for the 27. Wagon Schultz Steffen going to be your top 5. Let's go back and see what happens to Yates. Kept him from a podium. Oh, wow. That is one way to exit. Climbs the wall. Goes over. And yikes. Hits the chain link fence. So there is your winner, and second place marked up on the podium. As we take a look at the final results here from Cedar Lake, what a great race it was. As Peyton Talbot gets another feature win tonight. Joey Ladasor second, Ryan Farrell 3rd, Ryan Wagon Schultz, Michael Steffen your top 5 as Jeremy Prey gets 6th. Robbie Swan, Matthew Taylor, Patrick Cobb, and Michael Hackett your top 10. Davis Pentecoff, unfortunately not a good night for him. Bell's 3rd. Shane Yates going to get 4th. Gunnar Harris 15th. Duranko 16th, Justin 6th, 17th, and Dylan Hutchinson going to get 18th. And last but not least, a rough night for Brett Osborne, who will finish in the 19th position. So, a great feature race. Saw some cautions. And saw one guy drive his way up from a disappointing heat race to get the win here this evening. Yes, let's go to Discord and we'll chat with the winning drivers. As Peyton joins us this evening. Peyton, great job, man. Congratulations. Another win. This one wasn't so easy as you had a little bit of a rough go-around in the heat race, and it caused you to start in the back, and you had to work your way up through the field.
Yeah, at the beginning of these races, you kind of got to play it slow and watch out for wrecks and look ahead, but we were able to get through traffic pretty well, and we were able to get to the lead and run away.
Obviously, it wasn't easy, too. I mean, how were you able to make holes there? Because it just seemed like everybody was side by side, like it was a super speedway race, we'll say, on a stock car tour or something like that.
Right around the high side, usually not a lot of people go to the extreme outside, so we were able to go right up top, right against the wall, and make a few passes on the outside going down the back stretch. And sometimes we would have to go to the bottom, but all around this car was pretty good.
I was going to say, was the bottom working for you? Because I noticed in the heat race you tried to use it a little bit, and it seemed like right away you went back to the top.
Early on it works for a few laps until the top gets momentum, and then it's kind of top dominant, but it works for a few laps.
Well, nice job, man. You're the hottest person in the big blocks right now. You've definitely won the last couple in a row, and you've done a great job this evening, and you get to send shouts whoever you like to.
Yeah, I got to thank DNA Designs and Speed Shop on Facebook. Corey, he helps me out with all the setups. I got to thank him. I got to thank Fast Line Performance, Ted's Body Shop, JC Landscaping, Northeast Forestry, HigFab Chassis, Precision Hydraulic and Oil, Dig Race Products. everybody that supports, and you guys for broadcasting as well.
Absolutely, no problem. And I see that list is getting bigger, I'm noticing. So great job, and keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Peyton Talbot finishing, once again, top step on the podium. That means he's the winner. Nice job here to him this evening. We'll move him up, and let's go down here to one of the channels I don't usually get to pull a driver from, but tonight I get to, which is awesome. And that is Joey Ladasor, who finishes in the second position this evening. Joey, great job holding on to the momentum there. Started P2, and we're able to keep that high line running. And the only person you couldn't hold off in the end was Peyton, but great second place for you.
Yeah, no, I'm real happy with that. I mean, I enjoy racing with these guys pretty much every week. It's just it's fun to get a good result once in a while. It's good for the morale, and with not being able to race in Ontario right now with my real car, it's we're passing a few extra nights here and there to kind of fill the gap, and hopefully by the end of the month we'll be doing it for real here.
Which one? I wanted to ask you that because I know obviously you are a real racer up there in Canada and up in Ontario. What kind of dirt racing do we get to see up there? Because I know I'm one that doesn't get to see much of it and stuff. What kind of dirt racing do we get to see up there? There's a lot of similar stuff to this, or a little different, or what?
Oh, I run a 358 modified at my home track in Cornwall, which is under dirt car rules, which is the same rules as these cars. So, I mean, the car I race in real life looks just like the one I race in the iRacing. It's just a copy of my skin there. So, so I've been doing that for years, and my family's been in racing since the mid '70s. So we've always been around dirt tracks, and I kind of got onto the iRacing. Well, I've done sim racing for years, but I got away from it for a long time. And then with the pandemic last spring, well, we all kind of
migrated,
looking for something. Yeah, migrated back here, and I'm glad we did. You know, it's a nice way to just feel that. You know, I mean, yeah, some people say it's just a game, but I mean, we're having fun, and it's very realistic, and you get the juices flowing, the adrenaline's pumping, and you know, I had pressure from behind in this race, and when I was leading and all that stuff, I mean, yeah, it's not a real car, but the pressure's the same, so it's kind of neat to experience it, even though I'm not at the real track right now, so that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, still a great time tonight. Great finish for you, and you can go celebrate with the Moneymaker guys, but send shouts whoever you like to, bud.
Well, of course, I want to thank all the guys at Moneymakers. They've been a great group. I found them kind of by accident, I don't know, maybe in the fall here, and they've welcomed me into their group, and it makes my my Monday nights and my Thursday nights a lot more fun, and you know, it's less you know, sometimes when you're doing all these official races and stuff, it gets to be a little you know, cutthroat and stuff,
right.
But you got a group of guys that get along, and everyone tries to help each other out with setups, and you know, encourage each other. And like Sam Fontaine wasn't racing tonight, but he was in my ears on Discord. He was kind of spotting for me and egging me on, so it's kind of nice to have that voice in your ear. So, makes it enjoyable.
I thought Sam was driving the pace truck the way I think it was flying off the track at times. But anyways, well, hey man,
well,
nice.
We'd have to get Sam's telemetry just to make sure.
Well, great job tonight, Joey. Appreciate your time, man. Go celebrate. And yes, it was definitely a complete accident that you found these guys. Let's put it that way. Yeah, nice.
All right, have a good night. Thanks for everything you do, Chris.
I appreciate it, man. That is Joey Ladasor, third place finish for him. Good guy. Yeah, all these guys are good guys. And let's talk to, seems like Mr. Third Place here, Ryan Farrell. I thought I had that in another league, and I guess I got it here too. There seems to be that one guy that ends up in third every single night, and that happens to be this guy, Ryan Farrell. Ryan, seems like every week I'm talking to you for finishing third, but I guess that's not such a bad thing.
Nah, it's not too bad. It's you know, bad draw this earlier today, so it didn't help that getting up to the front was a little tougher than normal.
We'll talk about the racing out there. You know, obviously there was a lot of side by side, a lot of just almost door banging at times, and it became single file once the single file restarts came out. But I noticed you were trying to work that bottom as much as you could, then eventually had to go to the high side, and even times had to work the slide job to get it to work.
Yeah, the track was this track's tough. In the beginning, at the good fresh track, the bottom's the way to be. But you know, as the track wears in, you gotta get to the top. And on the restarts, if you got stuck on the bottom, it was hard. So you had to slide up and take as much track as you could all the way up. But you know, the momentum on the top side is so tough. So yeah, slide jobs were key to getting a couple past a couple of those guys and letting mistakes just happen. Because you know, once I got in line, I think about 6th place, I just had to let them make their mistakes.
Just a side note, did you happen to see the guy you were racing for third there, Mr. Yates? He took out the chain link fence off the track.
I did. I got right up underneath him after he clicked the wall. I tried to get around him, but by the time he like glitched over the wall, I was like, all right, I guess he's not there anymore.
No, he was gone. He left sight. Well, hey, nice job, man. And
Trying to follow him through. I was following him through there. He was running well, and yeah, he smacked that wall. I was like, oh, he's out of there.
literally, nice job, man. Congrats and shout out to whoever you like.
Thank you guys for our Captain TV for putting us on and letting us get out there and so everyone can see what we're up to, and Short Track Super League for putting the races on, and my girlfriend for letting me get on race with these guys, and happy Memorial Day. Want to make sure everyone knows that we don't forget about those who serve, so that's important too, and make sure we had a good Memorial Day weekend, so remembering them, and hopefully see you guys next week.
Absolutely, well said, Ryan. Nice job and congratulations.
You guys.
Absolutely. Ryan Farrell finishing in the third position tonight as we wrap up here from Cedar Lake, and we move on to next week's race, which I'm going to stall for a quick second and go up here to the schedule. Oh, we go to Eldora. Look at that. Going to be a lot of fun. Tony Stewart's place in Ohio, Rossburg to be exact, for the next round of the big blocks here. Monday nights at 9:10 or so we go live, and you can come watch all the action of dirt racing here on Monday nights on Captain TV. So with that said, we're heading out. We appreciate everybody's time. Appreciate iRacing for allowing us to platform, and of course Michael Steffen, Kevin Davis, and others who allow us to broadcast here on the dirt from Cedar Lake Speedway. And most importantly, Ryan said it best there, for the veterans that allow us to even have this privilege to do stuff like this, that fought for this country and unfortunately lost their lives in battle. We think about those veterans that, of course, fought for our country, and so on and so forth. And hopefully you guys enjoyed your Memorial Day if you barbecued with the family. I know a lot of the country was actually kind of cool today. I know here in Northeast Georgia it was only like 70, so hopefully you guys enjoyed your day. So with that said, I'm heading out. Thanks again to everyone for watching this evening. We will see you tomorrow night from Pocono. This isn't just a game, it's iRacing. See ya!
And now the wait is over. The nerves have taken their toll. Ooh. Let go of fear you're holding. The fire smoldering, it's starting all over again. I got a feeling that I ought to know it, burning inside. I got a feeling that I ought to know it, yeah. Every time I grip the wheel, I begin to feel I know what I'm in for. A white knuckle ride. You got a fix for me, you know what I need. Oh, it's a breakneck speed. Might as well enjoy the ride. The air around exploding. Get strong.